Hello everyone, welcome back to a World of Warships Blitz game, and in today's game we have something I thought I'd never manage to get done. We have a Tier 5 Japanese destroyer video, the Mutsuki, which is the torpedo boat Tier 5. So I have passed Mutsuki and passed the Fubuki, I'm on to the Akatsuki. I thought I'd never ever have to deal with the Mutsuki again, but I am trying to get a video for each ship up there. So the Mutsuki gets its turn, and this is the Mutsuki's turn. So we are in this battle with HMS Nubian, who is driving the Iron Duke, grinding away, trying to get to the Queen Elizabeth. So here we go. We're first into the cap. The enemy's coming in. Now we're going to fire one set of torpedoes at this Phoenix. Now I could have fired two, but what I find with the Mutsuki is that it has only two tubes, so its guns are terrible. So, and they rotate more slowly than the new turn. So I reckon this Phoenix has probably learned his lesson. He has, and I don't think he's going to sit there either. So I think I'm going to go for this guy, and this will be my second torpedo, which is good because the first torpedoes will have moved a fair way through their reload cycle. And he's gone. My torpedoes never would have made it there. That would have been a waste. So, yeah, so people say that, Japanese destroyer captains sometimes forget that they have guns. The Mutsuki is an example of, well, the guns probably just aren't pointing in the right area. So, yeah, so I've gone for the torpedo boost reload boost, because even with the turret traverse modification, you can still outturn your guns. So, yeah, not a gunboat. Here you go. We are using guns just to prove that it's possible. And as you can see, my boat is slowed to a crawl. I'm not manoeuvring. I am relying on the fact that he's got other things to worry about, and that he's probably launching his torpedoes elsewhere. Right, so having done that, this Congo is going to come around. We want to hook onto the Congo as a target, and we let him have one in this direction of travel. Just one. It is tempting to let off two, and obviously with that Phoenix it would have been a good thing, but you can see from that example that it wouldn't have been a good thing at all, because yeah, basically you take your hits where you can take them. Anyway, we're heading off towards this New York, so we're going to try and sneak past that patch of land now. He has got us spotted because we shot before and we were visible by the Congo, and I think once you're visible in Blitz, it seems to be that you stay visible. One set of torpedoes, that's all I've got ready to go at where he is. Right, that hurts, but as long as I can get out of range, I should just be targeting the big guys. Well, all three of those torpedoes hit, so he may have hurt me, but I've hurt him a lot more. And we're firing at this New York. Now, I reckon he's probably going to keep steaming in the same direction. Most of them have in this game. I'm just going to stay at a visual range. And it looks like he may have slowed down, but not quite fast enough. And he snags two of them, which is just awfully nice. Okay. So what's going on here? I'm about to go off reload. Looks like he's going in reverse. It's pretty dicey, but I'll take my chances. So I fire a shot down that direction. And here we go with the... So this is a Fubuki. So this is the tier up the Japanese destroyer, and we're going to get into a gun duel, which isn't going to end. Oh, look at that! That's handy. Which isn't going to end well. It's not going to end nicely, because basically both of us are going to struggle to do anything. And I took one of those torpedoes down to 1500 health. He, of course, I'm probably the only target that he's ever seen that he can kill with one shot. And I'm just basically just going to try and get out of there, because I don't feel... Well, it wasn't quite one shot, so I can take two. Or three. Actually, it only does about 400 damage per shot, but still. As you can see, there's not a lot of health left, so we'll just go in, hold the cap, stay out of trouble, and maybe see if we can talk something from a distance. Not that there's anything left to torp from a distance. So what we'll do is he's firing his guns, but he's fired them too far too often, and he's gone. So down to our south is a Minikaze, as it turns out, having a go at our carrier, which is awfully gracious of the Minikaze, because we left the carrier exactly there to tempt him to run all the way around the map and ignore the objective in the middle. It earns the points. So thank you for taking the time to run off and see our decoy. And thank you, carrier player, for agreeing to be that decoy. So what I'm going to do is, well, you know, at this point I was thinking, well, it would make a nice video, so I might as well just stay alive. And to do that, I'll go into the AA bubble of the Iron Duke, for such as it is. And then this happens, of course. The Iron Duke attracts torpedoes, and if I hadn't have turned, then that wouldn't have happened, and I would have had more than 460, 70 health left. So now I've got a problem. I've got a carrier, and the AA bubble of the Iron Duke is not protection against bombers, and that's exactly what we see coming towards us. So I want to exit this match with my dignity intact as much as it can be, having chosen to drive the boat in the first place. But anyway, so we're going to head off in the opposite direction, maximum speed, flank speed, all hands to the pump. 7 seconds till we get some so we come off cooldown, and I press the button. We take one bomb, but we've recovered enough health by that point to take the hit and survive the last 3 seconds of the match, which is probably the least effective use, or you know, the biggest waste of a heal kit, running around and showing off and then having to use it to try and survive the battle. But as it turns out, and this surprised me no end, I became the most valuable player. So let's have a look at why we became the most valuable player, and the answer is not many ships died. Well, lots of ships died, but people only got one of them, and I took the capture zone twice, and I hit with an awful lot of torpedoes. So that's the Mutsuki. Do I recommend it? Well, not exactly. No. It'll be something we have to suffer through to get to those higher tier ships. Anyway, thanks for watching.